Hey everybody, it's Amy from Magic and Light Collection. You can find all of our products, including this 5 Tones of Winter, on our website at www.magicandlightcollection.com. Today we're releasing a brand new 5 for 5 Friday project, and it's 5 Tones of Winter. These are 5 gorgeous effects for your winter photos that'll really make them snap and pop. Let's get started. I just want to give you a quick rundown of each one. The first one is Deep Winter. And this one has 3 layers, and you can see that it plays a really gorgeous royal blue effect on your images. So obviously some of this needs to be brushed off of her face. The background looks gorgeous, but her red hair is really brought down a few levels, and so we want to make sure that we fix that. So we want to just run through and check. This layer of color shift looks like it's responsible. So we're just going to use a black brush and paint on the layer mask to remove that effect. And you can see that we get her gorgeous hair back in the image. Just going to click this, a little color contrast. Probably need to take some of that off of her face. And again, I'm just giving you guys a really quick rundown of each action so you can see what it does. We can add an optional matte haze with this action, and this is really great to give that beautiful hazy winter look. We can choose to leave it off, turn it on, and you can also turn down the master opacity if you want, or you can turn it all the way up. That's going to be up to you. So let's just check the before and the after. That's before and that's after. Gives it a nice pop. Okay, moving on to the next one. It's called Icy Blast. So this one's going to give you a nice icy look. And there's 4 layers included, and we'll just toggle through each layer to see what each layer is doing. Okay, so it all looks good to me. The only thing is that her hair obviously is not, is taken down a few levels. So probably what's responsible for that is this color shift. So if I wanted, I could just take off a little bit of that effect. Bring her hair back. That looks good. Take off a tiny bit of touch of winter on her face. You really want to be sure that you're not getting too much blue or cyan in the skin tones. This winter matte looks pretty good to me. So let's check the before and the after. It's before and that's after. You can see these actions are very quick to work with. You can just run through the layers very quickly. I would say though that it's meant to be, each of these are meant to be played on a really clean image that has already been just cleaned up. So let's move on to the next one. Sweet Winter. Going to give you a little bit more of a pinky tone, and let's just run through the layers. Color Boost is going to boost the colors for you. This color shift is probably the biggest part of this action, and that's going to shift it to the cooler winter tones. And it looks pretty good to me. Sweet Winter Contrast is just going to give you this pop of icy contrast, which is awesome. And then this added richness is just going to bring it down just a little bit. So let's click on that. We can choose to turn this layer up and down as we like. And that's pretty good. Let's check the before and the after. It's before, and that's after Sweet Winter. Moving on to the next one. The next 2 actions are darker, more moody edits. This one, Lost and Found, is definitely a dark, moody edit for sure, but it gives you this gorgeous kind of teal mood. And let's just run through the layers really quick. Lost is responsible for the teal effects. Mood brings it down. So you can see if you wanted to use this for an edit that wasn't a really moody edit, you can turn the mood layer off, or otherwise mask it off on areas that you like. And actually I like this on the background, but I would maybe try to take some of it off on her face and her skin tones. I love how her face looks nice and bright though. Okay, this last layer found is responsible for a tiny bit of a yellow overlay on the image, and so if that does not work with your skin tones, then you can always mask it off of the face and the skin. Let's check the before and the after on this one. It's before, and that's after. If we want to turn the found layer off and have a little bit more crispness, then we can turn that off, and that's the before, and that's the after. Okay, the next one, Vintage Winter, is really a true vintage shift action. I think it plays really well on most every image. You can see that it's going to turn the background, just shift it towards that little bit of vintage film blue with a yellow cast over the whole image. So I give you a little bit of a color boost here. This layer is responsible for the vintage shift. So if something doesn't work for you on that, then make sure that you mask it off, but I think that's good as it is. Remember, you can also lower the master opacity slider on this to lower the entire effect on the image. I kind of like this whole, I kind of like it on the whole image, so I'm going to leave it. This will give you a subtle vignette, as is usual in vintage film images. Okay, so that's a rundown of the 5 Tones of Winter. It's available for $5 since it's 5 for 5 Friday on our website at www.magicandlightcollection.com.